Are you willing to pay Facebook and Instagram a monthly subscription? I know this is already happening in Europe, but this month is coming to the UK. Will you be paying Facebook and Instagram for an ad-free experience? I'll tell you what's different about what's coming to the UK compared to Europe, and if there is an option not to pay, like there is in Europe. Anyways, watch the rest of this video to find out what the hell is going on. You're watching This Brown Geek, let's get into it. Right, so I was working on a few things here in the studio just now, and I came across this article about Facebook and Instagram charging people in the UK to use their service without ads. What was I working on here in the studio? Well, without going into too much detail, let's just say that the name This Brown Geek won't be around for much longer. More on that in the next few days. Anyways, I did see a news article about this, but then I decided to go to the source right on Meta's own website to find out what's going on. So let's just zoom in for you there. And let's just take a look at what they're saying. And then I'll tell you what the difference is between what they're doing in the UK compared to Europe and what I think about that, because it is interesting. Anyways, the key takeaways are, over the coming weeks, we will give people in the UK the choice to subscribe to stop seeing ads on Facebook and Instagram. Subscription for no ads will cost £2.99 a month on the web or £3.99 a month on iOS and Android for the first Meta account. Now, this paragraph over here, in my opinion, is what is important, because this paragraph is the reason why there is a difference between what's going on in the UK and what's going on in the rest of Europe. It says, the UK's more pro-growth and pro-innovation regulatory environment will mean more choice for users, continued free access to Facebook and Instagram for those who prefer that option, and ongoing support for businesses who rely on our personalized advertising tools as an engine of growth and productivity. The experience for those who choose to use our services for free will not change. They will continue to see ads on our platforms and will still be able to continue their ads experience. So in the UK, you have to consent to ads if you're not paying. It's a pay or consent model that they're adopting in the UK, whereas in the EU, it's different. And we'll get into that in a minute. Over the coming weeks, in response to recent UK regulatory guidance and following extensive engagement with the Information Commissioner's Office, we will introduce subscription for no ads in the UK. This will give people based in the UK the choice between continuing to use Facebook and Instagram for free with personalized ads or subscribing to stop seeing ads. Here's what this means for people based in the UK. We will notify UK users over the age of 18 that they have the choice to subscribe to Facebook and Instagram for a fee to use these services without seeing ads. The notifications will be dismissible at first, allowing existing users time to consider their options before a decision is required. Now, that's also important, and I might as well just tell you what it means now. So you will see pop-ups on Facebook and Instagram soon that say, do you want to pay to stop seeing ads? You can dismiss it, but at some point it won't let you dismiss it anymore. Why? Now that's the important bit, and that's the difference between the UK and Europe right now. So they will force you to make a decision. Either you pay or you consent to ads and you consent to tracking. Now, you know how in the UK, whenever you go on a website or something, it pops up with something saying allow cookies or deny cookies, or you can choose from a list of trackers that you want to enable and disable. Well, now you're not going to have that choice. Either you agree to everything and you get tracked in every way that they see fit, or you pay not to be tracked and you pay not to have personalized ads because you have no other choice. And the reason why that's different from the EU is because in the rest of Europe, you have the option to pay, you have the option to have personalized ads like we do in this model, or you have a third option, which we're not getting here in the UK. The third option is you have ads, but they're not personalized. So you can reject being tracked, you can reject having personalized ads, and it's more consumer friendly and it gives the user more privacy. Whereas in the UK, you either pay or you give up your data and your privacy. So why are they saying that it is a pro-growth and pro-innovation regulatory environment here in the UK? Well, we'll get into that in a second. To address guidance on consent and pay models from the ICO, Meta has set the subscription for no ads cost at £2.99 a month on the web or £3.99 a month on iOS and Android for the first Meta account. It is more expensive to subscribe on iOS and Android because of the fees that Apple and Google charge through their respective purchasing policies, because Apple and Google still take 30%. So they up their prices to offset that 30%. So if you are going to pay for Facebook or Instagram, then make sure you do it through the web and not through the app, because you'll get it cheaper. A decision to subscribe to see no ads will apply to all Facebook and Instagram accounts that a person has decided to add to Meta Account Center. A reduced additional fee of £2 a month on web or £3 a month on iOS and Android will automatically apply for each additional account listed in a user's account center. So if you do end up paying and you have multiple accounts, you can't choose to just pay for no ads on one account. It will automatically add £2 or £3 a month for every account that you have listed in your account center, which I think is rough. I mean, why can't they just let you pay for one of your accounts, and why can't they just let you have one ad supported account which you can just use for whatever? Why do you have to pay for them all? It's all or nothing for some reason. Maybe it's a technical limitation that they have on their end, where if you're paying for an ad-free service, then it covers your whole account, including every additional account listed in your account center, and they can't differentiate between all of them, so they just charge you extra for all the ones listed in there. I'm guessing it's that. Our social media services are personalized, but when someone subscribes, their personal data will not be used to show them ads. So they will still collect information about you, but they won't use that information for ads. So now, what if a user chooses not to subscribe? Those who choose to use our services for free will continue to see ads on our platforms, and will still be able to use all of the tools and settings that empower people to control their ads experience. These include ad preferences, which offer a range of controls that enable people to influence the ads that they see, as well as the data used to inform these ads, such as activity information from ad partners. We also have tools in our products that explain why am I seeing this ad, and how people can manage the ad experience. We do not sell personal data to advertisers. Well, that's good. Why are we doing this? It goes on to talk about some stuff here, but I don't want to get into everything. But the important bit is this. We welcome the constructive approach that ICO has taken in our ongoing engagement. This approach and outcome sets the UK apart from the EU, where we have been engaged in similar discussions with regulators. EU regulators continue to overreach by requiring us to provide a less personalized ads experience that goes beyond what the law requires, creating a worse experience for users and businesses. Now, it would be a worse experience for businesses because users are opting to have a less personalized ad experience. So targeting ads to those users is more difficult because those users have opted not to have personalized ads, and businesses that are paying to target those people can't target those people anymore because those people have opted not to have targeted ads. But they're saying that it creates a worse experience for users. Now, I don't think so. If users don't want to have personalized ads and that's what they end up getting, not personalized ads, that's a superior experience in my opinion, because it's giving the user choice. So this line here is just Meta throwing their toys out of the pram in my opinion. Anyways, moving on, creating a worse experience for users and businesses. In contrast, the UK's more pro-growth and pro-innovation regulatory environment allows for a clearer choice for users. No, it doesn't. While ensuring our personalized advertising tools can continue to be engines of growth and productivity for companies up and down the country. In 2024 alone, Meta's advertising technologies were linked to £65 billion in economic activity and over 357,000 jobs in the UK. Now look, I get it, okay? I get what they're saying here in terms of pro-growth, okay? Because businesses being able to target their ads to everyone that's not paying means that more people get more relevant ads and businesses get to show their ads to people that they want to show them to. But let's not pretend that this is a clearer choice for users. More choices for users is better, in my opinion. Forcing users to give up their data or pay, which is the consent or pay model that they're adopting here in the UK, is less choice for users. So we don't have more choice than people in the EU. People in the EU have one additional choice than what we're being given, which literally means we have less choice. I mean, they can dress it up however they want. By definition, we have less choice. Anyways, moving on. Personalized ads are the best experience for people and businesses. For businesses, yes. For people, maybe not. We continue to believe in an ad-supported internet which ensures free access to personalized products and services for all. Personalized ads help people discover relevant new products and services while allowing British businesses to reach the customers most likely to be interested in what they offer. Studies show that personalized ads boost revenue for the companies that show ads on our platform. Every pound spent on our ads drives on average £3.82 in revenues for those UK businesses choosing to advertise, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I looked at this and I thought, this is interesting because this is coming to the UK, right? And they're trying to make out that we're having a superior experience to our counterparts in the rest of Europe, when in fact we're not. And another thing that came across my mind was whether or not this was in breach of GDPR. So I did what any normal person does these days, and I went over to Grok, or you can go to ChatGPT or whatever, and you can simply ask it. Now, this is what Grok has to say about this. I did say, does Meta's ad-free subscription model violate UK GDPR? No, Meta's pay or consent model, where UK users can either consent to personalized ads and data tracking for free access or pay £2.99 a month on the web, blah blah blah, for an ad-free experience without such tracking, does not violate UK GDPR, according to the UK's Information Commissioner's Office, the primary enforcer of the regulation. Now, if you scroll down a bit on this answer, it tells you the contrast between the UK and the EU in terms of GDPR. So for context, the EU's approach is more restrictive. The European Data Protection Board said in April 2024 that binary consent or pay models generally fail GDPR's free consent test due to inherent coercion, especially for dominant platforms like Meta. The European Commission fined Meta €200 million in April 2025 under the DMA for its EU model between November 2023 and 2024, ruling it didn't offer an equivalent ad-supported alternative using minimal data. Consumer groups like BEUC have filed GDPR complaints alleging violations of data minimization and transparency principles. However, UK GDPR, mirroring but independently enforced from EU GDPR, allows more flexibility, as affirmed by the ICO. In summary, while critics, for example privacy advocates, argue the model commodifies privacy and echoes EU concerns, the ICO's endorsement means it's legally sound in the UK for now. Users retain rights to withdraw consent easily or switch to free. So you can withdraw consent by paying, or you have to consent to carry on using it for free. If you're affected, you can contact the ICO, blah blah blah. Okay, so can you see why this is a really important and interesting topic of discussion? I think people in the rest of the EU are getting a much better deal than what we've just got here in the UK. Okay, so for their paid ad-free experience, they are paying more. They are paying €5. We're paying £2.99. But then they can have the free ad-supported experience where they can get personalized ads, or they have a third option, which we don't have, where they can get ads, but they're not personalized and they're not tracked, which in my opinion is far superior to what we're getting over here. Some people are saying here in the UK we are having to pay to keep our rights, whereas in the rest of the EU their rights are protected. Anyways, what do you think about this? Will you be paying Facebook or Instagram for an ad-free experience, or will you be consenting to everything and getting personalized ads? Because one way or another, you have to make that decision. And if you don't want to make that decision, you have to quit Facebook and Instagram. So what will you do? Are you happy that you're being forced to consent? Are you annoyed that people in Europe are not being forced to consent like we are here in the UK? I think it's an important topic to discuss, and I think examining the differences between the UK and Europe GDPR is very interesting, and it kind of says a lot about the position the UK is in right now. Anyways, if you found this video helpful or informative, please do give it a like. That really does go a long way. And do consider subscribing if you haven't already. You've been watching This Brown Geek for now. I'll catch you in the next one.